Hey, what's up, comrades? So I got a few of these, either abandoned, just very short, not much going on, or games that are just not good. This is like part two of my series here. These occur every once in a while. I just get like a backlog of these games that like I knock out real quick because they usually don't have much content, or the content is so bad that I just haven't. It's not even so bad. It's just like it's so mid that I have nothing to talk about. So here's another round. So the first one is a night with babysitter. It's very short. You have a babysitter, even though you're like 18 or 16 years old, and she's like roughly your same age. And then she invites her like boyfriend over, and so you can just like let her bang out her boyfriend and end the game, or you can shoot him with like jizz or something. I don't know. I think you just shoot him with water and tell him it's acid, and he runs away like a little bitch. And then like the babysitter sees that you have a giant cock, and then you fuck till your parents get home, and that's the game. It's fine. The model's fine. I got whatever. It's it's there's nothing bad about this at all. I don't think there's any reason to engage with this really. It's just pornography for pornography's sake. So if you want like a little interactivity with your pornography and you like a blonde girl with nice tits, you get a couple decent sex scenes. The next one is Apocolust. This is a MILFs only game that's incomplete at this point. I don't know if it's abandoned, but if you follow me at all, you know I don't like the MILF. Not necessarily the idea of banging like an older woman who's attractive. It's more just like the MILF look, which is like giant knockers, giant ass, kind of older looking, mature, usually glasses. I mean, not usually, oftentimes glasses. It's just like it doesn't do anything for me at all, ever under any circumstance. It's the MILF look is like the librarian look. It's like a lot of these kind of like older woman, uptight kind of look, and that's like all this game is. It's just a MILFs piles upon MILFs. Even when you're like with your friend, who's supposed to be your same age, and you're like 18. You know, of course, everyone's 18. Don't worry about it. That she still has like the MILF look. And so there's like no escaping it. There's not like, oh, that one girl who like looks like a regular human being, or like a little like different. Like every woman's just like a variation of MILF. And then there's nothing else going on here. The story is, a meteor comes in the air, and you get like lust powers, so you can make like clothes disappear and stuff. And then you just like, there's only one. I think it might be abandoned, but you really only fuck one girl who's like your teacher, who's black. So if you're into that, if you're into like black MILFs, then this is a game for you, even for the limited content. And you have scenarios, and yeah, I think this guy's still working on it, from what I remember. Anyway, other than that, it's fine. Right, the story's fine. It's like makes sense. It's got some supernatural stuff, so it's like a nice like soap opera-y kind of thing. But the melt thing just really turns me off altogether, so it's not my deal. Next is Dungeon Tavern. This is an alpha. It's hand drawn, and the open world you can do. It's like, oh, do you want to do open world? Or do you want to do story? So I did story, and the story was so boring. And it's like it would only be on like a tiny little screen, which I'm sure I could have adjusted. And it's just like this knight and this elf end up in this dungeon with like a dark elf and some demons, and you can, I don't know. I couldn't even like get myself to like speed through the content to see the loot stuff, so it's probably not very good. A lot of these kind of like hand drawn, the way it's hand drawn too is very cartoony, and it's just like I don't know. It just didn't seem good. It didn't seem worth it. The story is so drawn out and boring, and then the open world is just completely broken. So avoid that. And then the last one for now. Oh wait, let's see how much time I got. Hit like 5 minutes with these. Oh, we can talk about two more probably. All right, so next one is Under the Witch. It's like this 3D model, but it's kind of like cartoony 3D model, and it's like essentially it's like you choose like which one or which two, and then you fight them, and then it's a roguelite where you lose, but you gain some experience points and some items, and you fight them again until you level up enough to like not have them just dominate you, and it's very BDSM in that domination. And I was like, all right, let's see if I can get this to the end, and I fought this witch, and everything's drawn out. It's done in Unreal Engine, just as a side note, but everything is super drawn out. Like it's like every time you do an attack, the witch like taunts you, and you can escape through it. But it's like, why do I have to sit here and watch this like video play every fucking time? And it's not like it loads, so it's smooth in that regard. But I still have. It's like a lot of extra. It's a lot of work to get to a point where you just lose, and she like uses you as a chair, and then you lose again, but then you're like slowly getting a little bit better, so you can get a little bit better, and it's like it was so boring and uninteresting. Like I did not give a fuck about it at all. Um, sorry, I'm like reading about this story. Okay, let's go double homework. So double homework is the last one for this video. It's 3D. It's excessively short. There's like one imagined scene of erotica. Essentially, it's you and your two sisters who look like twins, but they're not twins apparently, and they're redheads, and their models are like okay, but you're like you're training for the Olympics in skiing, and then you have an injury, and then you can't walk, and like one of the sisters like abandons you, and the other sister like takes care of you for several months, and then you start trying to move on with your life. And that's it. That's the end. That's all. At the time of me playing, that was the first episode. That was all that was out. I don't know if it's abandoned or anything. I haven't gone back and checked because I was completely uninterested. The story is so long-winded, and that's what kills all of these stories. Where it's like it's kind of interesting, but they like chat. It's like talk with nothing happening. And I don't mean like why don't they bang more, right? Because they play like Summer's Gone or Leap of Faith or even Being a Dick to some extent, and there's like stuff happens, right? Like. You chat and then you move to another area, or like something dramatic happens, or you like interact with the game, or like there's like a pace to it. This game's just like chat. It's like blah 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 blah. And this is what kills a lot of like anime erotic visual novels to me is like they get some of them get kind of long-winded with like nothing really happening, and so it's like reading a book, right? Which is fine, but even in books, it's like they're talking, but that it all has a purpose. Just seems to be like a lot of meandering talk for no reason. And it's much better to like show characters doing things to represent like who they are instead of just like this long-winded talk. But it is what it is. All right, cool. Catch y'all later. Oh, so that's a hard pass. Okay, catch y'all later. Hey guys, what's up? Here to talk about some erotic visual novels that, not really my thing, or abandoned, short, didn't really like, nothing really to talk about. It's not going to take that much time. So let's start with Rebecca, which is a 3D game. It's short. It's unfinished. It's decently well written. It's about a guy who's got like a hot wife who is getting older, and then like her niece moves in with you guys to go to like dance school, and the character like lusts after her, and so it's a very, 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 very slow kind of like corruption. You can have sex with the wife, I think, in this, but not really the niece. It's definitely very like Eastern European, where it comes from, Ukraine, Russia, something like that. Just because some of the phrasing and stuff, you've seen a lot of these kind of more the Russian erotic visual novels. And again, the writing's decent. I don't really care for the story, and the corruption thing is just, I don't know. I just didn't feel for any of these characters at all. The main character guy is like a total dirtbag, and then the model for the niece who you're supposed to be lusting after is like really unimpressive, and I feel like I've seen it multiple times before. So it's really not it's hard to recommend that at all. The next one is Dating My Daughter, which is sorry, it's a Dating My Daughter alternative history scenes, right? So it's just Mr. Dot put out this thing with like other alternative things, and it involves like fetishes. So if you like Dating My Daughter, not for the story or anything like that, if you just like the Dating My Daughter character and some of the other characters, and you wish like she would have sex with like her roommate from the beauty pageant, that's here. The dad can have sex with the rival girl from the beauty pageant. If you wanted the daughter to have sex with the guy who was offering to have sex with her to help her with her career, you could do that. And there's not really like an extended plot for any of these. It's just like quick set up a scenario. There's the sex stuff, which is exactly like Dating My Daughter, and then it's over. So it's fine. If you're super, none of those scenarios like really were speaking to me. So I was like, whatever. The next is and then we have two kind of rip-off games of Dating My Daughter. The first one is My Naughty Daughter. It's like a fan game, alt history, where she's just a complete whore, and the models weren't as good, and the scenarios were just kind of boring. I think in this one, it's focused on you having sex with Martin more, and him being more involved, which is the friend of the dad, the black guy from his work. But again, it was just kind of boring, and like the story wasn't well written or very well realized. And again, the models just weren't even up to par from the Sir Dot, which are generally like maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10 on a good day. Definitely Sunshine Love has much better models than Dating My Daughter, and then Melody I would say as well. So if you're choosing those same models but they're slightly worse, it's like the worst game in that catalog for the models is Dating My Daughter. Not that they're bad, but it's just kind of like there's not a lot of polish to them. Anyway, and then the last one is Fucking My Father, which is another fan game, and it is just so boring and doesn't go anywhere, and I could not care less about it. So that's another hard pass on that one. All right, so that's all the Dating My Daughter stuff. What's next? Oh, List Story. It's AI art um, which when I say AI art, it's not even like they used AI art. I know this. I put my like goggles on, my glasses on, and like can pinpoint like the artifacting or whatever. It's like, no, when you think like when someone says AI art, and you think of just like generic AI art, what it looks like, that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like good AI art because I personally made AI art that does not look like AI art. It looks like anime or it looks like something else. This looks like when you think of that like weird AI art thing where it's like kind of anime but also like too polished and like very plasticky looking. It's all that. Your big sister's hanging out. You want to fuck her. At some point, she's like, I'm going to go to college. What do you think? If you're like, cool, have fun, the game ends. If you don't, she'll have sex with you. That's it. It's a short game. It's not good. There's nothing about it. They don't even have consistency among like the models. There's not good scenes with It's just not very good at all. Next one is Maiji, which is a drawn anime. It's also very short. You're the dad, and then your daughter's like a gairu, which is like a Japanese girl who is a slut essentially for erotic visual novels take. But essentially, they dress in like blonde hair. They try to be like an American Valley girl. They dye their hair blonde. They wear like schoolgirl outfits that are like a little more revealing. They wear a lot of like bracelets, and then they just kind of like more aggressive than like your typical dimmer Japanese girl. And you as the dad, or the dad is just like a bum who's drunk. So then he rapes her, and then eventually the mom gets in on the rape, and then the girl. There's two routes. You can either you get her to bang you as an old man, or there's like a gangbang route, and it was not good, not written well, and the drawings were not very attractive at all. Um, yeah, I only got two more. Should I save those? No, I'll just talk about it here. Fuck it. All right, so another one is 16 Years Away, and a lot of people like. I saw a lot of recommendations for this, or a lot of like tags in like F95, and I don't understand because it was short. The models are not attractive. It's 3D, and it's very much like, oh, the dad's gone for a long time, and now he's back. He was like in prison, and you have three daughters, and you come back and live with them, and there's a decent amount of choices. It's not the worst case scenario with this, but it's like none of the models are that attractive. There's a lot of girls to bang. The story just is like whatever. You have like you're trying to corrupt all of them. You have like your youngest daughter who's a goth chick, your medium daughter or your middle daughter who's like a blonde athletic chick, and then your oldest daughter who's like a businesswoman. Um, and it really comes down to there's nothing like inherently bad about this game, but I can think of like so many other games that are like the dad goes away or the dad's away for a period of time and then you come back and now you're banging your daughter that are just better models, more interesting story, more stuff going on. So play those instead. Like if you played all the games that you could possibly find, you might enjoy this. It was very mid, like more than anything else. And the last one, I'm just having a hard. The reason I keep pausing is because I'm trying to recall this game. So this game left such not an impression on me that I'm reading like the paragraph I wrote about it after these, because sometimes I record these videos much later, and I don't remember anything about this. So I'm pretty much just gonna read my synopsis that I wrote down, and that'll be my review. And then we'll wrap this up. So it's called Seducing the Devil. It's a 3D game. It's kind of bizarre, but also very meh. You're the son of a woman who is the daughter of an angel, and you have incest sex to make a demon girl who you later bang as your daughter's sister, and she is a devil. How do I not remember this game at all? Like, it sounds so crazy. Like, I literally don't remember anything about this. You also live with two whores. And then you have a hot girlfriend in another state. And then I say it is unfinished, but I won't be following. So there it is. The game I cannot remember anything about. Cool, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.